All right, good evening. The May 2025 monthly Dickenson County School Board meeting is now in session. For the record, I'd like to recognize that all of our school board members are present. Tanya Baker, our school board clerk, Scott Mullins, school board attorney, and Haiti Robinson, the division superintendent. At this time, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence? Board members, we have an agenda for tonight's meeting. Are there any additions or revisions to the agenda?
Mr. Hicks, there are no revisions or additions to the agenda, sir.
Okay. In that, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, but no. All right. That brings us to our public comment. Mr. Hackney, will you please read the guidelines for public comment? And Ms. Martin, would you please be our timekeeper?
A period of time for public comment will be designated on the meeting agenda during which public may comment on issues related to public education. Dickenson County School Board believes that the citizens of the county should be heard and that this is an acceptable format for receiving public comment. After the public comment section of the meeting is closed, the public shall not be allowed to participate in general board member discussions regarding agenda items. Public participation with board members regarding agenda items can be disruptive. The practice is prohibited by Robert's Rules of Order. It is the desire of the school board to treat each member of the public fairly and equally. Allowing one individual to participate while excluding others is unfair. The board may hold such public hearings as may be necessary to allow the public to more fully express their concerns, or the board may place the public comment section of any meeting at the end of the meeting to allow additional public comment. While we do not wish to restrict the free expression of opinion, we feel that certain restrictions may be necessary so that order and reasonable standards of decorum may be maintained. We ask that the following standards be adhered. The speaker will be recognized by the chair. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes. Speakers will refrain from the use of vulgarity or profanity and will avoid negative or embarrassing comments directed toward specific children or students. Board members should not respond to issues presented by speakers unless clarification is necessary. Matters of concern raised under public comment will be referred to the proper official for investigation and future board consideration if necessary.
Thank you, Mr. Hackney. The board would like to recognize Mr. Steve Short.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Ms. Robinson, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the board, the staff, the students, the teachers for a considerably successful school year, academically, athletically, just musically, co-curricular, extracurricular. There's a lot of successes, and you know, a lot of that goes to you, goes to the teachers. And also, this upcoming year undoubtedly will be even better. And we appreciate all that you and the Board of Supervisors are doing to have the completion of what will be a successful budget for 2025-2026.
Thank you, Mr. Short. We'd like to recognize Phyllis Mullins.
Good afternoon, and I'm pleased to be here, and I want to bring something to your attention that I have sent out to my members, and it was dealing with the insurance, and I had some replies, and I just want to bring it to your attention for your consideration. I had a couple of members who, well, not just a couple, but I had some members who were concerned about the cost to a single employee versus a family plan, that it was the same increase. And then I had some that were concerned that we were losing our insurance benefits slowly, and that was one of our attractions for employees. And I told my members I would bring it to your attention at the meeting tonight, and so you could look over it and see what maybe you could do. And I would appreciate I do appreciate everything you do, and we all are looking forward to a good summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mullins. I'd like to address Donna Fields and Billy Branham. Welcome.
Been in this school, so I'm with the Dickenson County Fair, and we're here to request that you give them early dismissal on September the 19th. This year we have special stuff for the kids. It's sand art, balloons and animals, rock painting, foam party. We also have an art station for coloring for kids that wants to do their own art. And you know, the rides are usually one price from 12 o'clock to 6. So that's all I have to say. I'll turn it over to Billy Branham.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Ms. Fields, is September the 19th on a Friday? Thank you.
Mr. Branham.
I'll just follow up. The rides will be set. I don't think the rides will be set for the kids. Be $10 from 6 to 12. Or no. Yeah, 12 to 6. She didn't put that down. And we'll have the 4-H is coming. They're going to have a pullet show contest like they had last year. It went really good. Have a silent auction, have a poultry show where they bring their animals and everybody gets to, if they want one. And that really went good last year. And people loved that. And then we'll have the 4-H Great Pumpkin. The biggest pumpkin wins a prize. That's going to be put on in Kelly Rose. Is appealed for the 4-H Mobile Learning Lab. That's not been confirmed yet, but she's going to bring a big truck, and it's a lab. And so that's going to be exciting it's through 4-H. So that's going to be real good. And like I said, we hope that you turn school out half a day. We like that. And we are going to have, I think you mentioned the Century Day. You didn't, okay. We're going to have Century Day. It's going to be combined this year with Kids Day. And the reason we're doing that, because of the rides people. We had it on Thursday. They got to open up, start the rides for the kids for Century Day. And their workers don't start till 4 in the evening. So we start at 10. So they said we'd rather do it on Friday, both of them. That way the Century Day disability kids will be able to come, and the rides will be already open. And then the rides are open all day then on Friday, starting at 12. So that's going to help us out. Yeah, and it accommodates the faculty, too. It does. But that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Next board, I'd like to recognize Rachel Rhodes. Welcome.
Dr. Robinson, and members of the board, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to speak too far into this microphone. My teaching partner always told me I sounded like Edith Bunker, so I do not want to do that to
You're
you.
good. You're good.
I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak this evening. I realize that you have a lot to do, so we'll try to be brief. Gary and I have taken the opportunity to visit this beautiful campus that we have been blessed with. And we have taken advantage of the facilities. We've walked, we've run, we've rode bicycles, we have watched 4th of July fireworks out here. Please don't try to do that, the trees are getting too tall. And we have come out and looked at the northern lights. We are out here 300 to 340 days a year. And so we know when something's out of place because we see it, and sometimes we investigate. We've turned off bus lights, we've turned off bus alarms, we've returned passes, we've returned keys. So we're invested in this school and in this campus. And we have noticed that in the past couple of years particularly, that use of the campus facilities has increased, and we're grateful for that, because I think that the more people that use this facility and use the campus and what it has to offer, the more willing they are to take ownership and see that it stays up to par, and they want to keep it looking well. Our concern is with all of this activity that we do out here regularly. In the past couple of years, as I said, use has picked up, particularly at the tennis courts with the influx of pickleball enthusiasts. And we are so glad to see more people using it. But it has become a hazard, a safety issue on the sidewalk between the football field and the baseball field leading up to the school, because people are using it as a road. We have had to dodge cars. We have been almost hit by cars. We have been out here and seen people that are on the sidewalk that are drag racing down the sidewalk, racing to the gate. And when they get down to the end, one will go left, one will go right. And we have been out here when there are children playing on that sidewalk and cars are coming through. So all we're asking is for some type of policy, maybe a change of locks, because most everybody knows what the combination to those locks are. And with the new parking lot added into the elementary school and the lovely sidewalk that is raised above and does not get any water, it's super easy to access the tennis court from there. So we're just asking for something, for those gates to remain locked if there's not a game or a delivery. Just so that everybody who's out here using it, because we've met a lot of people out here. We're not the only ones that use it. We've seen parents bring children out here and ride big wheels, scooters, practice golf, flying drones, just all that. And we want everybody to be safe. And when we're on the road, we're expecting to dodge cars. But when we're on that sidewalk, we're not expecting to have to do that. So we would just like to ask for the board to consider maybe taking a little bit more of a stand and saying we need to keep those gates locked if there's not a game happening. But thank you very much, and once again, we appreciate this campus.
Thank you. Mr. Rose?
Oh, yeah. I'll piggyback on what Rachel said, and I do want to go ahead and thank the board for the opportunity to go ahead and be here this evening. I think Rachel's covered most of the points that I was just going to go ahead and talk about as well. But as she mentioned, safety was the primary concern for us. And I just want to go ahead and leave a couple of questions for the board to go ahead and consider with that moving forward. You know, as we try to be considerate of others on property, we would like for them to go ahead and do the same thing safety-wise. You know, as each and every one of us knows, it only takes one moment, you know, a lapse of judgment to go ahead and have, you know, some kind of an accident, whether it be minor or whether it be severe. And we are asking, you know, that the school, whoever has precedent on this, to go ahead and set some type of policy, or is a policy already for locking gates on the sidewalk area there. You know, that it be followed, that it be gone over with the school staff. And lastly, if that policy is put in place or if it already is in place, that it go ahead and reviewed regularly to go that it is being followed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Gary, just for clarification, you're talking about the gate behind the high school?
Yes.
On that long sidewalk that goes to the court?
Long sidewalk, I'm sorry, the long sidewalk behind the stadium that goes between the football stadium and the baseball fields
I know
and
where
the
you're
tennis, all the way up to the cafeteria area
Right,
there.
gotcha.
That's the area that we've seen issues, of people parking their cars, especially on weekends. It can be that's
Sure.
a little bit of hazardous at times. There's been times that we have been here that there's been anywhere between 10 to 15 cars parked down that sidewalk, and it can be dangerous,
Sure.
especially if you're trying to walk through there, and if somebody is not looking, not paying attention, it very well could end up
Absolutely.
some instances there. So,
Absolutely.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Rose.
Thank you.
Have anyone else for public comment? That brings us to our next agenda item is the consent agenda, which includes the approval of minutes, the approval of monthly invoices, revenue and expenditure summary, discussion of school activity funds, approval of field trips, approval of new elementary school construction invoices, the approval of the construction bank reconciliation document, and the Dickenson County Public Schools health statement. Are there any questions or discussion on the consent agenda? Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So our next agenda item is information for the school board. Mrs. Robinson.
Thank you. And we have a guest with us this evening that has not been with us, but I'd like to welcome Mr. Burge to our podium, please, and update the board on the construction of the canopies, which will begin very soon, and in front of both Ridgeview Middle School and Ridgeview High School. Welcome, Mr. Burge. We've missed you, sir. You can come anytime.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. So I know everybody's been wanting canopies ever since the school was built in the high school and middle school. So finally we are able to get them with the help of some people that helped us out. The actual work will start at the middle school side on Monday. They will start setting up fences and getting ready to start cutting out the sidewalk to install the footers. This work will start, like I said, on Monday, and at the middle school, the footers should be completed by the 27th of June. During that same time, they will start the high school footers, putting up fence and putting the footers in. And they will be finished, they'll start on the 11th of June, and they should be finished around July 11th. The actual canopies will show up around 7:22, and they should finish up by 7:30, and everything should be wrapped up by July 31st. We've already coordinated with, I spoke with John Whitner today, and everybody understands the plan. There will be a little coordination with getting the summer school students in and out. From what I understand, the plan is that until they start working at the high school, the students will enter that end of the building. And then once those start, then they'll come through the gym, the doors there at the gym by the bleachers. So I think Mr. Owens and John have worked that out, and they'll always be able to egress the building in case of an emergency. There's an extra set of doors that goes out, and if they need to come in the building, someone will just have to open the door for them where we don't have the automatic operators. Any questions on the plan for the canopies this summer? Okay.
Very exciting. Thank you. And for the board and also for our audience, the canopies will mirror the canopies that we have at Ridgeview Elementary School in front of the where the bus lane is. So you're correct, Mr. Burge. We've needed those, and so we're very thrilled to have them by the end of this summer. Thank you, sir. Other information for the board is just informational items. June the 12th, 2025, what you need to know about artificial intelligence. And then July the 25th, a VSBA 2025 conference on education. If you're interested in attending either one of those or both of those, please contact Tanya Baker, and she will be more than happy to get the information for you and make arrangements and plans for you. So again, June the 12th and July the 25th. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson, will you please tell us good news from our schools?
Yes.
This is the favorite part.
Absolutely. All of our board members attended the VSBA Spring Network meeting in Abingdon, and it was a very exciting meeting. And again, I just want to thank everyone who had a part in that, from our chair, Jason Hicks, to all of the people that were involved. But one of the great things that we featured on that meeting was our students. And our students, it was very student-oriented in everything that was given away or was done was by a student. And so that was just such a pleasure for our board, I know, and for me. But this year in particularly, we had students to participate in the art contest. And we always have participation in the art contest, but this year, I think both our teachers and our students just outdid themselves. And as a matter of fact, one student who I'm going to ask her and her parents to come up with, along with Addison Mullins, her art teacher. Addison's picture we do not have. We have a portrait and you may take that with you, Mia, okay? You may take that with you. But her picture was chosen as first place in the elementary level. And if I may read this, your artwork, Mia, has been recognized as an outstanding piece among entries from various schools at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. And if you got to see the art, they were beautiful. And the fact that Mia won first place was just fantastic. As a first place regional winner, which Mia is, her entry will be prominently displayed alongside 26 other winning selections at the VSBA office in Charlottesville. This exhibition serves as a testament to your artistic talent and creativity, Mia. Rest assured, your artwork will be returned to you next spring, okay? But in preparation for the selection of new winners next year. Additionally, because Mia's artwork was placed first in our region, it would automatically advance to the statewide student art contest. And so these are going to be determined by early June, and the results will be announced in a press release. And should her artwork be selected as a state winner, she will receive an invitation to the 2025 VSBA Annual Convention, which many of you attend, where you will be, Mia, recognized during the opening general session on November the 19th, 2025. Each statewide third place winner will be honored with a $1,000 award and a trophy regarding their achievement. So I would like to ask Mia, her parents, and Ms. Mullins, would you please come to the front to be recognized?
Thank you. Congratulations, very good. You should get that. I figured. I figured. Yeah. Congratulations.
Natural talent.
I can tell you that.
So much. It's a pleasure. Look forward to seeing that picture back.
That is the athlete, mama's the artistic.
Thank you, Ms. Mullins. Our next winners are Jenna Taylor and Jalen Kress. If they'll please come up to the front, along with Miss Blevins. And if their parents will also come and pick up their picture as they come up.
Congratulations.
Let me see.
How are
I
you?
didn't get to see yours.
Good, doing good.
That's awesome.
Just barely.
Awesome. Hey, Mr. Craig, you get that down. Good job. Thank you, man. That's beautiful.
So much.
Awesome.
Congratulations, sweetie. Congratulations. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. Tasha, that's cool. I'm good. How you doing?
Addison is working across grade level. You can take it with you. They want to know if they can take it with them. Thank you. And again, congratulations to all of our winners. We're very proud of the way that you represented Dickinson County Public Schools in the region. It was wonderful. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Martin to come and talk to us about our enrollment and our attendance. It's become a very heated battle between our principals and our schools, which is wonderful. So,
Yeah, I always have to follow when we have students up here doing this. Good evening, Board. I do bring good news. For our April attendance and enrollment, in your packet, as usual, you have the percentages for each school, our comparison for the last 4 years, entries and withdrawals, the absence intervention team notes, and your monthly picture. For April, we show that we have 1,698 students enrolled in K through 12, 79 in the pre-K 3-year-old program and postgraduate, for a total of 1,777 students. For the good news, for our monthly attendance percentage, excuse me, Ridgeview Elementary School finished the month of April with the highest attendance percentage of 91.96, with Ridgeview Middle School at 91.20, Ridgeview High School with 90.29. For the month, the district overall finished with 91.15. We want to again recognize these folks for all their diligent work with the attendance. I went back and was looking, and I'll be able to give you a definite number next month. But in 9 months, we've had 6 months that each school had at least 90% or better. We had, of course, that means there was 3 months that we weren't. We had that month. Those months was November, December, February. November and December, you have holidays, which usually equates to, even though we have time off, we're going to take extra time off, is what that equates to. And then February, we did have a lot of illness. I looked at it yesterday for the month of May. We're looking okay. We're still in the 90s, but it's a little low. But we're also, the last couple of weeks of school after SOLs, the numbers start dipping a little bit. So, but hopefully we're still on the rise. We continue to monitor our chronic absenteeism. I did include that for you. As you can see, we're still doing well with that. For the month of April, Ridgeview Elementary School shows an increase of, and I apologize, I didn't write this out. Looks like 11%. Ridgeview High School is at 9%. I'm sorry, Ridgeview Middle School is at 8%. Ridgeview High School at 9%. So we're doing well. So again, I want to just commend the folks that are working with attendance. It's not an easy job. It's a very task-oriented job. It's very time-consuming. But those folks have been diligent all year to strive to our goal of 90% for the year. Are there any questions in reference to enrollment or attendance or chronic absenteeism? Hearing none, I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martin.
And Mr. Hicks, we also would like to take this opportunity to thank our parents. You know, at the beginning of this school year, we talked about our chronic absenteeism and how high it was. And we really have campaigned with our families and the billboards and everyone that children must be at school to learn. And parents have really helped us with that. And so we want to thank everyone who has had a part in that.
Thank you very much. So the next agenda item is the proposed amendment to the capital improvement plan, Mrs. Robinson.
Thank you, sir. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, we received grant applications for career and technical construction grants. And this is the first time that I recall having a construction grant from the state that's eligible only for career technical subjects and those careers. Immediately when I shared this with Mrs. Edwards, Denisha Edwards, and Chris Owens, they immediately said, we know what we need. And so they quickly put their heads together. We talked with Curtis Ellswick and Tim Burge with Skanska, and what they developed was a clinic / nursing labs, robotic engineering building. And we quickly got the application done. We entered the application, and about a week ago, I received a call, and we hope that this is good news, but I received a call asking if the building, the proposed building, was in our capital improvement plan, and it was not. At that time, you know, we just were not prepared to do that. So this is why I'm bringing this to the board today to ask you to please consider adding this to our capital improvement plan. The demand for health professionals in our area is great. The number of nursing students in the CNA and LPN classes are full. We also have a lot of adult parents that attend. And, of course, robotics and engineering serves as another stepping stone for our students and their jobs. And so we recommend the board's approval to amend the capital improvement plan so that we can send this on to the state. The cost of the entire building is $8.1 million. We will receive, if we're awarded, 30% of that. So we've got some work to do to get up to $8 million. But we are up. Mr. Owens and Miss Edwards tell me that they're up to the task. And so we're going to be going to visit people and banging on doors and talking about our campus and talking about the programs that we have. We have a very successful nursing program, almost, I think, 100% pass rate yearly. So it's excellent. The staff there is excellent. Robotics, you've seen them. So we're just very excited to add this new dimension in a broader sense to our students. So we just recommend that the board add this to our revision to our capital improvement plan.
Any questions about the proposed amendment to the capital improvement plan?
Where's the footprint at for that?
Thank you very much. Great question. If you are going, driving to the stadium, you'll notice that across from, and please, I'm trying to direction here, on the left is the carpentry, automotive, that building there. There is a grassy area across from there, right outside the back of the building, next to the cafeteria, which Mr. Ellswick tells us it would be a perfect place for that.
That would be what used to be a practice field, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right there. It's not the practice fields. It's on this side of the practice fields.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Where you used to hit golf balls at?
Yes,
Where everybody-
yes, sir.
yeah, I remember that.
Yes, sir. It's where you can get hit by a golf ball. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But it is not the practice fields. We know that those are used by our band and so on, but and our football team but that grassy area there on that side, and it's large enough to accommodate that building, so we're very excited. As we looked at the plat on Google Earth and looked and said that's a perfect place for it. Across that road, we also have parking that's for the vocational. And so, it would be an easy parking for students and adults to come. Thank you, Mr. Hackney.
Do we need a motion now for that?
Please, if the board so wishes to do that.
Any further questions? Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
And a second. Any further questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is the update on the FY26 budget. Ms. Edwards.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. I'll do my best. In an update on our FY26 budget for Dickenson County Public Schools, we have recently received information from the Dickenson County Board of Supervisors that DCPS will hopefully receive required local match, which is $5,005,637 plus an additional $250,000. We had originally requested an additional $500,000 from the Board of Supervisors to help support a 3% plus step salary increase for all of our staff at DCPS. So we're told that we'll get $250,000 of the $500,000. So with that, our total, if it's approved by the Board of Supervisors, they'll be voting on that in June. Our total from the Board of Supervisors will tally $5,255,637. So we've started the process of reviewing our budget to see where we can make potential decreases of $250,000. The 3% plus step raise for our staff remains our number one priority. And we'll be looking at other areas of the budget to make those adjustments. And we hope to have an amended budget to present to you in either June or July. Are there any questions on that?
No, thank you, Ms. Edwards.
Welcome, thank you.
All right. Next is the approval of proposed health, dental, vision, cost for DCPS employees, 25-26. Ms. Edwards.
Yes, Dickinson County Public Schools, we're proposing the following increases to our employees' health premiums for FY26. A $10 increase in health premiums per month in all categories, a $2 increase per month in dental premiums in all categories, and the vision increase per month is less than $1 per employee per month. The DCPS Insurance Committee meets multiple times per year and does an outstanding job to make sure that our staff has access to the best quality health plans available, including medical, dental, vision, and pharmacy benefits. With the rising cost of health care, we do feel that it is necessary to make a slight increase in the premiums that our staff pay each month. We have used different methods for this in years past, and after much review, and in an effort to keep things as equitable as possible for all staff, we felt the best option would be a flat rate increase among all categories. Are there any questions on that for me?
Can you go through quickly each category and what our current premium is? I know you said the increase is 10, but what?
I sure can.
Okay.
Give me just a second. I've got that. Currently, which is right now FY25, the employee portion for just an employee plan is $90. So we're proposing a $10 increase to that, would be $100. An employee and one minor child is $112.50. An employee and children is $129.50. Employee and spouse is $168.75. An employee and family is $180. So we're proposing a $10 increase on each of those.
See if you got it laid out. It's pretty much an 8% to 9% increase across.
Yep, and
Categories.
in this page that's in your packet, I think,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see, I tried to show out here the employee contribution total premium percentage, and it's pretty much flat, like 8 or 9% of what the employee pays compared to what the school board pays. Any further questions?
Any questions? All right. Thank you, Ms. Edwards.
Thank you.
Looking at the proposed dental and health vision, is there a motion to approve the proposed health, dental, and vision premiums for DCP employees for the 25-26 school year?
So moved.
Motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, our next agenda item is the discussion of the DCPS retirement incentive policy. Mrs. Robbins.
Thank you. Each year, the board looks at the DCPS retirement incentive, DCPS GBO. This is an annual retirement incentive that is voted on annually. It's reviewed and approved annually by our board, and it's based on our budgetary constraints on our budget. I'm delighted to share with you that this year we feel that we are strong in, again, recommending to the board that the retirement incentive for the 25-26 school year be approved. We do not see any budget constraints at this time that will cause us not to be able to offer this to our retirees. As you know, that our retirees can remain on our insurance for 7 years and pay what our employees pay. We have wrestled with this in years past, but I'm glad to share with you that there doesn't seem to be that budget constraint this year, and so we're delighted to be able to recommend this retirement incentive without any changes for the 25-26 school year.
Any questions or discussion about the retirement incentive? Do I have a motion to approve the DCPS policy GBO retirement incentive?
So moved.
Second.
Got them all over the place.
Yeah.
There we go. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And I may have omitted, but our next is the discussion of the proposed student school board member policy.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Robbins.
Thank you. I'm going to ask Ms. Martin to come and lead the board in a discussion just to summarize. And I'm also going to ask Scott Mullins, our school board attorney, to share any guidance with us as the board discusses this policy. Ms. Martin, thank you.
Thank you. I know we talked about this, I guess, a couple of board meetings ago, and we've sort of emailed back and forth. And then last week we sent it out to you as well. And I guess we're just going to open the discussion back up. I think Scott had some concerns as well, and then I think maybe some more ideas have come about, and we want to bring those, I guess, in an open discussion so that we do this right and come up with the best plan to move forward. One of the concerns I think that Scott had was that potential conflicts if it's a challenging or controversial meeting, which we know can and sometimes and often does happen. One of the things that we did do in the draft that I sent you, and I can read that statement to you, I did add a statement to the I guess the working document that we were working with. The school board members shall be expected to attend all regular and special board meetings except when the board determines that a meeting or portion thereof involves matters of a sensitive or controversial nature. In such cases, the board chair, in consultation with the superintendent, shall have the discretion to determine whether the student board member's attendance is appropriate. This decision shall consider the best interests of the student and the integrity of the board's deliberations. So I did add that statement in, but again, just open up the conversation to so that we can move forward with this, to put our best foot forward if we want to move forward with having a student representative on the board.
Well, I think that statement kind of covers it, from the discussions we've had about it. Just that I guess it's the chair has discretion with the superintendent if it's a sensitive issue on a particular night. Is that what that basically that statement
Yes.
covers?
Mr. Mullins.
Yeah, those are very good points and concerns that we definitely need to consider. So we don't go into this sort of,
Absolutely.
blindly. I will share this. Last month, I went to the VSBA with the Dean School Board Association's meeting at Page County, but it was the Valley District. And before things kicked off, so here I see this guy coming at me in a big old cowboy hat, and he's walking across, and he comes and introduces himself, shakes my hand, and he was their student school board member, and it was just it's impressive to see a kid that young who come to a stranger with confidence, and we just sat there and had a conversation. I wish I'd got the opportunity to ask him a little bit more about his experience, but I do feel like this is a great opportunity to expose kids and start to build some leadership skills and expose them to those kind of things. But we also want to be very careful in it. I know that originally we had threw the idea out of having a one-year term. I kind of feel like maybe now that a shorter term for the student would be better. Even if we just started out and did it by semester. Our kids are involved in so much, which automatically have some that don't have time to do it. But if we have some that may be involved in the spring or the fall and not the spring, or vice versa, we may open it up to more students to be involved in that. Plus, you get two folks exposed to it rather than one. But it was just an idea I had that may include more kids in that.
One of the things I guess the link that you sent recommended also having an alternate, so that you're not going through that selection process. If, say, Sally had to drop out, you're not having to go through the selection process again. You've got one that can step in if Sally gets sick or whatever. Right. So you've already got one waiting there as an alternative.
All of a sudden, joins the track team, right? And has track mates just on meeting nights. I mean, those kind of things.
Yeah. Any other comments?
I think Mr. Mones, if you could dig a little bit more and. I know that Page County has one because I've met their student reps.
Yeah.
Maybe a resource. Big cowboy hat, yes.
Well, there has to be some protection there.
Yeah.
That's
well, one of the I guess the thing that you sent us had some stuff from some of the other counties as far as their application, that sort of thing. So we know a couple of other counties that have it, so I can share that with you as well, Scott.
I have a VSBA meeting coming up, and I'll maybe dig around and ask some of those same questions and see what I can come up with as well.
The Ridgeview High School administration also had input in this.
Yes.
And we're very thankful for that. And several board members also had input in this. So I think you're right. Whoever, we just want to make sure as we proceed that we've done our diligence, and we're, the first meeting we've got something and we've not addressed it or didn't know how to address it. So I think it'll be a great policy for our children.
Thank you for your input.
All right. Well, don't go far, Mr. Martin.
Oh, I'm not.
So next is the approval of the revision of DCPS policy, JFCF, drugs in school. Ms. Martin.
Okay. I sent this to you earlier in the week, and it's basically just some language that we, Scott and I worked on, earlier last week. I sent you the red line version, if you will, and then how we just cleaned up the language of it. It was just the previous version was a little wordy and didn't quite say what we needed it to say. So we just cleaned up the language a little bit there and just need you to approve the the new version of that policy, the JFCA or JFCF. And if you need me to read that, I can if you didn't get a chance to.
If you wouldn't mind, you just read,
I can.
Read the red line statement and the blue one.
I can. The red line statement is no person may manufacture, sell, or distribute or possess with intent to sell, give, or distribute any controlled substance, imitation controlled substance, or marijuana as all defined in Virginia law while, and then it lists the different reasons or different situations. We changed that to no person may manufacture, sell, distribute, or possess any controlled substance, imitation controlled substance, marijuana, as all are defined in Virginia law. We basically just took out distribute or possess with intent to sell, because it basically said distribute. We just took out a couple of words.
Any questions for Ms. Martin or discussion? All right. Is there a motion to approve the revision of DCPS policy JFCF, drugs in school?
So moved.
A motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Our next agenda item is the approval of the proposed DCPS wellness policy. Mrs. Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Hicks. The wellness policy has been with us and part of our school division for several years. It has to be revised and approved by the board every 2 years. There are no major changes this year in the wellness policy. The only changes are people that have worked on the wellness policy. Ms. Edwards, Denisha Edwards is one person, Deborah Compton. We have several teachers and administrators that have also worked. But again, there are no major changes in the policy. The policy is, in fact, the one that we have had since the very beginning. Only the committee has changed, and we wanted to recognize that. So we just asked for the board's approval.
Any questions about the wellness policy? Do I hear a motion to approve the proposed wellness policy as presented?
So moved.
A motion and a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. The next agenda item is the discussion of the beginning of school bash and health clinic services for 2025-26. Ms. Robinson.
Thank you. We're very excited about this opportunity for our children. On Friday, August the 1st, from 3 to 7, right here in our Ridgeview campus, we're going to host the beginning of school bash. And we have several regional and local agencies that are going to help us with this. We will have, around the campus, we will have vision screenings by the Lions Club, free school supplies, bouncy houses for our children. The Health Wagon Mobile Lab will be here available for vaccinations. United Way, Anthem, Centera Health, Behavioral Health, possibility of a dental van, and also Food City. So we have an opportunity to do a lot of things for our children. We've talked about giving haircuts that day for our children to receive clothes that day. This was an idea that we borrowed from Wise County. The Health Wagon has hosted the beginning of school bash at the fairgrounds in Wise County. But for our parents and for our community, sometimes it's difficult for us to travel that far. And so we wanted to provide something right here to the community. And so we are looking forward to this. We've had several meetings on this with the leadership team, and we're excited. So we are, let me say, we invite you to attend the beginning of school bash on August the 1st. August the 7th will be the first day of school. And so we're very excited about this, and it's going to evolve and grow. Along with that, of course, we have the health clinic services that are going to be available for our children, our staff, and our parents next year. And as you recall, we will have the health mobile lab here available 3 days a week to take care of our children with parents' permission, that they can actually see a doctor or a nurse practitioner if they're sick. And what we hope that this will do is that, number one, we'll get our children better, quicker, and then they'll be able to return to school quicker, and overall help our students to be at school, our staff to be able to provide those services for our staff when they're working. So we have a lot of things. We've already talked about where the mobile lab will be located. And one of the things that I want to mention is that in many school divisions, they're very, and Mr. Hicks, you may have mentioned this to me about their health clinic, how successful this is. In many school divisions where they have separate schools, a nurse practitioner may be in one place 2 hours, and they have to kind of visit all of that. But with all of our schools on the same campus, we're here. And so we can provide all of those services to all of our children equally. And it will be Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays next year. And next year, they'll be here on Friday. The second day of school, the mobile lab will be here. We know that it will take our parents and our children and our staff a little bit of time to kind of get used to that, but we're certain that after a while, when they see the convenience of that, having just walk out the door and we can have our children seen. So we're excited for two things: the beginning of School Bash. That's something we have not done in our county before. And as a school division, we love to be able to host that for our families. And then the health clinic also. So more coming on this as the summer goes on. And we may ask you to come and cook, Mr. Hicks, or do something there. But no, we're very excited, and we just want to thank all of our partners. There's not been a partner that has said, well, I don't know if I can do that. It's just like, what do I need to do? Where do I sign up? And so it's just been a lot of fun to work with, a lot of energy for people, very excited. So I'll keep you updated. Do you have any questions of me or anything that I can help answer? Thank you, sir.
All right, at this time, we will have board comments. Mr. Mullins?
Well, I'm glad to hear the canopy work has begun. That's been a long time coming, and that's going to be really positive, and their attendance continues to get better, so those are all good attributes. And I'm amazed by our talent with our art students. A couple of years ago, my wife got me a thing for my birthday. She knew I did like art and took me over to St. Augustine. So we go in this art gallery, and we go in, and on this side was $3,000 and $4,000 portraits, and we get over to $80,000 and $90,000, and I told my wife, we're on the wrong wall. We need to come back over here. So, and the capital improvement plan is going to be really beneficial, I think, to our nursing program. That nursing program has been so beneficial to the community. I can't tell you how many of those students are now out working in Pikeville, even Holston Valley, all kinds of different things. And that's one of the best things. And I think that this combination of all these things makes Ridgeview the greatest entity that Dickenson County's ever known. I think it's simple.
Well, I agree about the nursing program and seeing some of our students out and about and working. I ran into one or two of them myself during my trials and tribulations, and it's just good to see somebody that you've had in class or seen in the hallway, and you see a familiar face, and they're proud of what they're doing. And it's an excellent program, and I'm hoping we can just build upon that. And the artwork, like you said, just all year long, we've paraded students and teachers in front of us all year, academics, robotics, athletics, and just the diversity of talent that we have here in the county, and the students with all the different unique talents that they have. And, we have the faculty that draws that out of them and inspires them, and I just think that's so awesome to see those tonight. I can't draw a stick figure,
So I know, you know, what it takes to draw something like that is something I don't have, and that's impressive to me. I'm also glad we're able to keep the retirement receipt for this year without any changes. And I'm also hoping that we can iron out the student school board policy. I think that's something that will be beneficial to us. It'll be beneficial to the students, give them some experience. But, you know, there are some things we need to iron out, make sure that we got our ducks in a row before we jump into that. But I think, and once we do, I think that'll be pretty neat myself. And I think it'll, like I said, provide some good experience for those students that get involved with that. And then the mobile health lab, I think that's awesome. You know, hopefully that'll help with, like Ms. Robinson said, get our students at school, get them healed up quicker, keep them in class, and it's just going to be such a tremendous benefit to use this campus for such a thing. And then last but not least, the you know, the beginning of the school year bash next year, and I think that's neat that we can provide some much needed services at the beginning of the school year for some people that need it, and I think that'd be a great way to kick off what I hope to be a great year next year.
Well, I'd just like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Rose that came and mentioned brought us aware to the possible safety issue back here. And, you know, we want people using the campus, but we also got to take care of people at the same time. So I appreciate them coming in so we can address that. Like I said, we got a lot of talented kids, and you know, I would just like to thank everyone who took part and participated in that in the VSBA meeting. That's our choir and our drama and band students came and performed, and they really showed up and showed out, and then every person in there was bragging on them. Matter of fact, a lot of them got to hear them practice. They was bragging on them before they ever started, you know, so that was really good. And our culinary arts took part in that. Our agricultural group with the table settings and the flowers, and so and then the art. These folks didn't win just because there was very few entries. Matter of fact, a couple years ago, I judged that thing, and I had no business judging an art contest, but at the same time, they were very, very impressive. And so from all over the region, they were very impressive. So it's very nice to have folks from right here in our county that we're not hiding our talent anymore. I think the last time when I judged, we didn't have anybody. So I'm glad we're not hiding it anymore, and we're putting it out there and showing our kids off and showing those talents that they do have. And so, but congratulations to all those, and I'm sure I'm very proud of them. I'm sure their parents and their teachers are as well. You know, and you know, and then at the end, I'd just like to, you know, wish everybody the best here at the summer. Appreciate all your efforts all school year long. Whatever that is, what's been in the classroom, our aides that have helped folks, our students, and the hard work and the SOL scores that they'll put up, and how great that we've improved our attendance. Just lots of things to be proud of, and we've done well. So my hat's off to you for a job well done this year. Mr. Razak?
Well, Jason, being the president, got us a good seat at the meeting down in Abington at the college, but it was quite impressive to see the work our students did, and all the students, and especially those students from Dickenson County that were successful. I think I mentioned to Ms. Robinson a month or so ago, I'd like to see some summaries of this year, and something we make it an annual. All of those things collectively, success, the athletic successes, the various you know, the choral group, they came to Abington and performed for this event for the VSBA, and they also, and the drama, they put on a play here that just was, how many nights did it run? 3, I believe?
3 nights.
3 nights?
It was excellent. It was excellent.
I certainly wish I had come all 3. I talked to a couple of people who did come all 3 nights, and I kind of wish I had. It was outstanding. It's just unbelievable, the talent and the skill that, you know, there's nothing on TV that is better than what those kids did. And I was just so proud of them in every way, and their families, how much work it took to have them out to practice all the time, practicing their class and things. And on the academic side, I'm sure, I hope the results are favorable, and we won't know that for some time, I expect. But it just seems like this has been a year that, even with all the weather and the interruption, all the good things came out in a good way. And I think all the kids had opportunities that their teachers and parents helped make these activities culminate in a successful year for them. And the graduation, I think, was just excellent in every way. I was so proud of, I think 130, how many? How many
Approximately
students?
140.
140.
Yes, sir.
And on the 8th grade, the number was about the same, I expect.
About the same, about 140, 150.
Quite impressive. The gymnasium was full again after the one for the seniors, then the ones for the 8th graders going into the middle school or into the high school. It was quite impressive too, and all kinds of awards and good things. It's even with all the setbacks, we've had so many success stories that need to be told and build upon for future reference, and I hope all that happens.
Well, I too appreciate the issue of pedestrian safety being brought to light for the board. I think it definitely has to be a priority on our campus. I also appreciate the folks from the Dickenson County Fair coming tonight. We've been able to support that in the past, so I hope we're able to continue to do that. Same with the retirement incentive. We were able to support that tonight, and I hope that continues on into the future. It's a really good thing for our staff to look forward to and to be able to benefit from after they leave. It was exciting to see the art students here, and Jason mentioned that he had no business being an art judge, so he recruited me this year, who also has no business being an art judge.
But you did great.
It was fun. I learned a lot from the other judges that did have some business being a judge. So it was cool too that we had no idea each piece of art there of where the student was from or who the student was. It was just purely on the art, and it was just exciting. I didn't know that we had picked a winner from Ridgeview until the end of the show. So that was pretty cool. And I'll too speak on the capital improvement for CTE. That's another, that's a special issue for me, especially the other hat I wear as a dean of CTE at a college campus, and being involved in that on that level, seeing those opportunities grow. We've seen not only a change in our area, but nationally in terms of the opportunity for trades and those credentials to have a real impact and change people's lives, of seeing it on a first-hand basis of people that come through the college and just really leave there with a totally different outlook on employment and the earning opportunities. So excited for that, and excited that, if we get this done, we'll be able to recruit more CTE students to Southwest. And finally, I agree the graduation Friday night was very well done, very successful in all aspects. So appreciate everybody that worked on that, and Ms. Robinson and everybody that got to speak that night. Done very well. And the students that spoke done very well. And just congratulations to the entire class of 25.
Mr. Hackman. I just remembered, I don't remember what we called the event, but the kindergarten and seniors.
Oh, yes,
that
yes.
they walked toward each other. Passed a medal, is that correct?
Yes, that was
that was
extraordinary.
A really cool event.
That was extraordinary. May I address that? Oh,
tell us
please,
about
just for a
it.
moment.
It was cool.
We had the pre-K kindergarten, correct? Students on one side on the kindergarten, and then the seniors on the other. And they walked to the middle, on the 50-yard line, and the seniors took off their medal and placed it on the kindergarten students. And if you had seen that, if you had a tear, didn't have a tear in your eye, and they were just, it was the most beautiful, it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And just very simple, nothing, of course the stadium was full, but it was just a beautiful ceremony. And thank you for reminding me about that.
Yeah, it sounds very cool. I meant to mention.
That was it was.
Pass the Wolfpack Pride. Yeah, it was a very, very, very cool. I don't know who came up with that idea, but
The seniors gave the kindergartners little medals that had numbers on
It was just, and I think I shared the pictures with you, and it was just, the whole affair was
yeah, the
wonderful.
picture.
Next year, you can imagine what will be next year, okay? Band playing, and, we can't do anything,
Yeah, we need
we
good
have to go
theme songs
all
to
out
walk
on
through,
everything. So this
you
year
know.
was simple, next year will not be, but I'm sure it will just be as beautiful.
Very good. And so, all right. So at this time, we will go into closed session. Closed session pursuant to Section 2.2-3711, Paragraph A of the Code of Virginia, there will be a closed session for the purpose of employment issues relating to discussion or consideration of specific individuals for employment as a school counselor, elementary school principal, special education teacher, full-time custodian, part-time aide, substitute bus drivers, coaches, FMLA retirement, resignations pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-37118. And 2, to consult with legal counsel regarding the investment of public funds associated with school construction and consultation regarding actual or probable litigation, along with consultation regarding specific matters requiring legal advice pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-71A, 6, 7, and 8 of the Code of Virginia. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Is there a motion to come out of closed session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are now out of closed session. Ms. Robinson, would you please read the certification?
Yes, sir. Whereas the Dickenson County School Board has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by this school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Dickenson County School Board hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, 1, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed, and 2, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered. Would you please certify?
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
Are there any motions from closed session?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board approve employment recommendations as presented in closed session.
Second.
And we have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Do we have any other business to discuss? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any